Hello and welcome to Dino Bytes, where we talk about games, movies, and all your favorite dinosaur media. I'm SharkBryce.
I'm TheFlyingRaptor.
And I am NobleSinn.
And in this episode, we're going to be talking about Jurassic World Dominion, a painfully mediocre movie that absolutely made my brain just fucking die.
It was god-awful to watch. The entire thing was just agony to sit through. I mean, the first, 10 minutes of it, I was excited. But then, as soon as it got into the movie, I was just like, oh, please tell me this isn't it.
Actually, the very first shot, I was immediately like, oh fuck, this is gonna suck, isn't it?
Yeah.
I actually thought that immediately. And throughout the entire sequence, I was still thinking, oh my god, this is gonna fucking suck.
I got excited when I saw the original cast, and then I was like, then I thought, oh, are they gonna finally make them fuck? Remember Sattler and the other guy?
Rated X.
I mean,
no, but seriously, I was so ready for her to finally just say, "Oh, I'm not with that businessman who was like in a single scene in that one movie."
What's his name again?
I mean,
I don't remember.
I really don't remember either. That's annoying me. The way they did their kiss scene, we should probably go in a linear form. We're just kind of attacking the entire movie. We're at the end here.
No, we're going middle to last to first.
The way they did their kiss scene, I guess, a kiss scene still feels so unnecessary for a Jurassic movie, but the way they did it, it was okay. It was just, one of the most, or sorry, not one of, it was the most unsatisfying ending of the series.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that.
Nah, it just felt super expected, even though, you knew it was gonna happen, but even then, I was like, oh, that was underwhelming.
Exactly.
I still think, I told Noble this, or I said this in the channel, they should have just walked off, together, holding hands, like they did in the original. That would have been so perfect. It's the very first time we saw them, together, holding hands. It's the last time we see them.
Oh, man. Yeah, they should have done that. One thing that I had a really big problem with, they advertised Blue and her fucking clone so much in the promotionals, and they contributed literally nothing to the story.
I see that as win.
Beta.
I see that.
Beta did fucking nothing.
Okay, Beta, that's a lose. But Blue not being in it, that's a win.
Flying is a fair point.
That's a win.
Well, I didn't care about Blue not doing anything, but Beta was captured, and they tried to make her seem like an important plot point. But if you took her out and just had the girl get kidnapped, what would change? Genuinely, what would change?
There wouldn't be a baby. Ian wouldn't be able to ask if there's a baby dinosaur on Owen's back. That's what would change.
Yeah, that's definitely what would happen. Ian wouldn't have been like, "Is that a dinosaur on your back?" And then Pratt would be like, yeah," and then everyone would laugh because apparently that is comedy.
Hee 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 ha.
And we wouldn't have been able to get to see Alan Grant holding his hand out.
Oh yeah, no, totally. I thought that was so silly.
It really was. They really abused the holding the hand out this movie. I don't know what it's called in the media. I've just heard my girlfriend call it pratting.
Pratting?
Yeah, pratting. Yeah. So they really abused the pratting in this movie, the holding the hand out. In Jurassic World, it seemed more normal as just a control to get the raptors to back off. Then in
this one, it's mind control.
Yeah. Then in Fallen Kingdom, I don't believe it was really used much at all. Even
I don't think it was used at all.
Yeah. And then there was this movie, which exactly, it was like mind control. It was like a straight up technique, How to Train Your Dragon style. This is what you do to tame the dinosaurs.
Yeah, I saw this TikTok a while back, and it just says what Chris Pratt does when he pisses off his wife, and it's just him holding out his hand and walking forward slowly while you just hear this woman screaming at him.
Yeah, no, like I was gonna say, like, I imagine some kid who's like, they weren't like entirely brought up by the Jurassic World movies, but like it was a massive part of their childhood or something, and like they start getting bullied and they just hold their hand out thinking it'll work, but they just keep coming
Be
closer.
my friend.
It's just it you feel a physical pain in your chest whenever like the prattling actually happens. Like as soon as he holds his hand out, you just want it to stop immediately. And then he made Maisie and Alan do it. It was painful.
Maisie, when she did it, she looked like she was pissed off. She looked like she was about to clock the little raptor.
Alan didn't know what he was fucking doing.
Oh yeah, he's just like, okay, I guess they're all doing this now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't blame him. He's like following the expert because this guy's clearly trained raptors.
He did chain them.
He did, he chained them. Kinky.
Another issue that I have is with some of the dinosaurs. Two in particular, besides the Giga, two in particular that I have. The first one that I wanted to talk about was the Pyroraptor. And it's specifically for that ice scene. Why the fuck would it go under the water? What kind of strategical advantage would that give it?
Honestly, yeah, no, that might have been my favorite scene, because at least it's like a unique raptor.
Yeah.
At least it does something different other than being like, I'm gonna chase you down and scream and
yeah.
But like, if you think about it, it's a feathered raptor. First of all those feathers would make it really hard for it to swim. It's like, imagine swimming with a sweatshirt. That's kind of what it would be like.
Well, I mean,
I guess ducks can't swim.
Penguins have feathers. Like,
yeah, they have designs. They have short feathers that are designed to go cut through the water easily. This thing looks like a fucking parrot.
A lot of waterfowl do that too, though.
Yeah, waterfowl.
Yeah, are they? Yeah, probably because their feathers are designed to be underwater.
But who's to say that? What? Whatever. Anyway,
it swims like a goddamn eel.
The way they did it, I thought was cool. Compared to how everyone thought it would work in the trailer, just immediately digging under the ice. Instead, it sees the crack in the ground, goes under, then starts swimming. I thought it was a cool idea. Plus, Pyroraptor is just cool in general in the movie, so I can forgive it for that.
I mean,
I still don't think that would have given it a strategical advantage. It just went under the ice and then trapped itself. The only reason it was able to get to Pratt is because he was stupid and jumped over thin ice.
I mean, wasn't the Pyroraptor like inspired kind of on like the swimming part? Wasn't that inspired on like the fact that it's part of a family that's like water based?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't fucking know.
I mean, assuming raptors also had feathers, like that specific family had. Jesus, can I speak? Jesus. Assuming that family had feathers and they were water-based, maybe that would explain it or something. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I do also want to talk about one of my favorite prehistoric creatures, Quetzalcoatlus. I was so very hyped for Quetzal in this movie, but as soon as it was introduced, like, it got the Allosaurus in Fallen Kingdom treatment, like, less than 15 seconds of screen time.
Oh my god.
You see its
literally
wing come
showed
in?
up for like half a second and then just dipped.
Do you see its wing come in? And it's like, that's fucking badass. Then you finally see, like, it land on the plane. Like, that's an amazing introduction. Never used for the movie again. Never.
No, I think it's used at like the end credits area. Yeah. And I think that's it.
Mm-hmm. That's about it.
One thing about the Quetzal that I didn't like, and that's its little feathered tail. It's just completely feathered. I don't know why that makes it's just icky to me.
That.
I don't know why. And like in Jurassic World Evolution 2, all it does is it like flops up and down. It doesn't like have muscle or anything. It's just like a little dangling thing there. It's just
looks like a booger.
Yeah, its tail is very weird, but I'm glad Quetzal was there because the segue into the Therizinosaurus scene was amazing. I loved the Therizinosaurus scene so much. That is easily my favorite part of the movie. My girlfriend also agrees with me. Like, was it also like half blind too?
I think it was. I think I saw Swerve's video on it. He said that he's pretty sure that it's blind, and that's how I was able to miss Claire dangling in the tree because it was able to hear the deer munching on like leaves in its territory. Also, the fact that it was using echolocation because apparently that's what the clicking is that it makes.
Oh, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah. So, assuming, I don't think it'd be completely blind. I'm sure it just has like extremely blurred vision.
Yeah.
Because it would have to have.
I mean, like, believe it or not, there's actually people that do that. They're completely blind and they use clicking to like find their way around.
True. That is. Yeah, he's right. So
it's really weird, and I tried it, and I can't for the life of me figure out how they do it, but they do it.
Just imagine SharkBryce walking around his own apartment, just clicking.
Oh yeah, I'm like, I tried to be a clicker for Halloween once.
What? Like
ever played The Last of Us?
Oh yeah, no, I thought you meant like the training thing that like you do the trained dog.
I tried to be the little toy that Chris.
It's like a reward. Your friend was the treat.
No, that's not what I was trying to be. But no, yeah, back to Therizinosaurus, I think that's kind of like the game theory that it is blind and it's just using echolocation.
Oh, yeah, the sounds by the theory too, like the clicks and like the eerie sounds. That scene was so well done. The Therizinosaurus, easily my favorite dinosaur of that movie. I thought it would have been Giga, the new big bad antagonist that they introduced and advertised a shit ton, and decided that the locusts were better, because I hate myself and I hate how they used Giga. It was going to be like my favorite dino. I was so excited, and well, what did it do? It woke up, it dragged meat away from the Rex, and it died.
It literally showed up just to be there. It didn't even contribute anything to the story.
Oh yeah, and it also breathed fire for a scene, which was really, really goofy.
Kind of got like the Indoraptor treatment too. Like Indoraptor was like, it's such a big bad guy, but it was there. It did at least contribute to the plot, but in the end, it wasn't there much. It was just kind of like, it's here, bye.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, another dinosaur that I wanted to talk about that really hurt my brain, the Dimetrodon. I was like, why? Why are they there? What are they doing? Why are they swimming like that?
I really liked that scene just because of how funny it was. It just felt so weird.
It was so goofy.
Like, they looked so derpy.
Also, the fact that every single dinosaur in the movie is noticeably a puppet. Like,
oh yeah, no,
the Lystrosaurus could not move its legs. Like, it was so obviously a puppet. The dinosaurs in this movie were easily the worst of the entire franchise in terms of like realistic looks. You knew that it was a puppet, and it was so very obvious.
I want to point out, like, okay, I don't know if it's just me, but is it just me, or did every time like we saw like Beta, it did the exact same movements? It was like
I
side,
didn't notice
side,
that.
Oh,
head, back.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm kind of remembering that now.
Like, I don't know why, but like I kept thinking back to that. I'm like, is it doing the same movements? I don't know.
I didn't notice that, so I can't really say.
But Beta was very obviously a puppet. Like those movements either way were just so weird. Like they're so like stiff.
Yeah, but like I feel like Beta's puppet was done fairly well. I mean, the Dimetrodons, those were god awful. Just like you could tell those were puppets. That's easily my least favorite scene, except for Ian Malcolm there guessing the code. That was hilarious. I fucking loved that. But like the Lystrosaurus in like in Malta, like the market everywhere, you could tell every single prehistoric creature there was a puppet. The way it moved, even the Nasutoceratops at the beginning, it was so stiff. Like, there was no movement to it. You could tell it was made to be in that position.
I think the reason they did that is because people were complaining how every dino is CGI now. So it's like, fine, you want puppets? Here's puppets. And then they made them as shitty as possible because remember the first movie and how realistic those things were? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. You think that technology would improve, but no, I think it downgraded.
Completely.
It feels like they sold their soul to CGI, and when they tried going back to puppets, they were like, "How the fuck do you do this? How does it swivel? How does it move? How is this possible?"
Exactly. No. Flying had it. Yeah, exactly like that. Exactly like that. That's what it is. That's what they did this movie, and it really upsets me.
Speaking of puppets, remember there's this one puppet that's been giving me nightmares. It's the one where like Charlotte is a little kid and she has her hand on the thing, and I'm like, what even is that?
That thing.
It was giving me nightmares. I was like, it doesn't even look. It's like Uncanny Valley shit because it doesn't look real, but it looks like it's trying to be real.
Yeah, I know that scene. Yeah, Maddie also says the same thing. I thought it was fine. I thought it looked good. And until I was informed by her that it was completely unreal. It didn't even look like a real fucking living thing. It looked like an alien, which, watching it back, because I did watch it a second time. I saw it.
It was so uncanny.
Yeah, it was a complete fucking alien. It was so uncanny. Like, the movements of it I thought were okay. I thought they were, fairly bird-like, fairly interesting. But, like, at the same time, yeah, it's so uncanny. It's so weird looking. It does not look real, but it's like... The first time watching it, I thought it was really cool. But the second time, I looked at it closer. But, it was...
You're like, there's no way. There's no way they were trying with this thing. They just stuck a head on somebody's hand and then said, okay, move it around a bit.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you guys were talking about, but I looked up Alien Dinosaur Jurassic World Dominion, and the first thing that pops up is Therizinosaurus.
Like, Flying, if you remember, when Maisie was in the lab looking at the old recordings of Charlotte, and it was like Charlotte next to a cloned dinosaur basically talking about, I don't know, the
how they'll save the world or something.
Oh, is that the one that's like kind of meant to be the Microceratus or whatever?
Yes.
Something, yes.
Yes, I think so,
I remember that.
Gave me nightmares.
That one is awful. Very uncanny. That is the perfect way to describe that.
You see, when you get too bird-like, I remember seeing that too. It feels like there's something wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, because it did feel bird-like, but at the same time, it just stops. It stops too suddenly. It's like, imagine its muscles. Imagine how, like, quickly they'd have to, like...
It looks like Hypo trying to do an animation.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Throwing punches.
I'm sorry, but I had to say it.
Hypo might be watching this.
Oh, I hope he watches this.
Noble, you say might? Let's be real, he is watching this.
Damn, sorry, Hypo.
He's watching right now, like, as we speak, I bet.
I'm sorry, Hypo.
Into your window.
Hey, that's what SharkBryce said,
true.
not us. Not us.
No, wait, we should all just start talking shit about Hypo.
Yeah, no, let's all talk shit about Hypo.
This is no longer Jurassic World Dominion episode. This is Hypo fucking sucks.
Damn. He's gonna be watching this. He's gonna feel so called out.
No, he's literally gonna cry.
No, he's finally being mentioned by his favorite podcast. This is a great day right now.
This is the greatest day of his life.
It's like a shout out, realistically.
Go subscribe, guys.
Hypokerno Gaming. Who
will
eventually have on here.
Another puppet, Dilophosaurus. I wanted to vomit.
Oh, that scene. Yes, I want to rant about that scene.
Oh, it's so annoying.
It's like, it was hyped up, it felt so Jurassic, seeing all the Dilos run around Claire, and then when it finally came, and it was like about to spit, which lasted way too long, Chris Pratt came in and choked it, and it died the goofiest death in the movie, where like the spit curled around the bottom of its jaw, and it just like choked
it. It didn't die. It just got really scared after being like tased, and it just ran off.
Yeah,
remember? Because it said "get."
Yeah, but the choking, it was so goofy.
It was so goofy. I replayed it so many times, just thinking, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh right, you can replay it.
I officially hate Owen Grady because of that. He ruined.
Yeah.
That he ruined that.
Completely.
I mean, the frill on that was weird. Very.
The frill was so fake. I think the one with the string that you can kind of see looked more realistic than this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the puppets were god awful. There was so much work put into them, but they didn't hit.
They were so uncanny. Every single one of them was like super uncanny valley.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you look at Jurassic Park and it's like, whoa.
Whoa, that looks like real shit. And this is like one of the first ever movies to do CGI.
Yeah.
I still think back to the first Jurassic Park and that one scene where the raptor. It's when the raptors. Jesus, can I speak? Why does this keep happening? Oh, I'm not on drugs. Anyway, so the raptors are entering the kitchen, and one of the animatronics like was about to fall over, and you can just see the hand reach behind it, pull it back. Yeah? I still think I think about that to this day.
Yeah, but
that's iconic. That was so iconic.
Yeah,
I kind of wonder if that happened, like, in this movie, but like they could easily edit it out nowadays. I wonder if that.
No, totally. They just have a dude in like a green screen morph suit.
He is a tree.
The trees were all actors.
Imagine.
Yeah, like even the BioSyn building.
Then, you know,
the BioSyn building's made out of people in morph suits.
Oh, also, who I assume you guys also probably think the locusts catching on fire was the goofiest shit in the franchise.
I don't understand. Like, he was burning the evidence, but like,
why would there be an open
evidence?
fucking, like, I feel like BioSyn's smart, right? Why would they be able to escape? Like, they obviously know they're that strong. Why would you have a giant, like, glass window above that or something? However they got out, I don't remember. Especially above something that can, you know, catch the whole place on fire. It's
you know
so
what?
goofy.
Here's a better idea. How about they just use something other than fucking fire? I don't know, poison? Poison usually works better.
That would have been really cool, actually.
Lewis Dodgson, you see, he wanted to burn the evidence, but I don't know what evidence was out there, because the locusts were right there. And that would mean the locusts got out.
No, yeah, they were, by the way, locusts able to bust through concrete and metal. Where they could barely go through a rickety old barn.
What?
At the beginning.
That's a thing?
In the beginning? Oh, yeah, remember when
I know the barn.
Through the door?
I know the barn, but, like, when did they bust through the metal?
The ceiling.
I think that
was my
glass.
God, you're right!
Was that not
what
glass?
The fuck? No, that was like a vent.
Yeah, I thought that was like a glass vent. I didn't know that was...
No, it was like a metal thing, I think.
Oh my God, so that further proves my point that it's fucking bullshit. It's just so stupid, and then for the rest of the movie, as if they're not all dead, it just rains fire, and then, you know, the Giga breathes fire because of Ian Malcolm, you know, deciding to throw a
Ian Malcolm wanted to replay that scene where he had the flare in the first movie. I thought he was gonna run, but no, he just went like, oh, and just threw that shit and right into his mouth.
Yeah, which did not really give any nostalgic value, nor was it that cool. It was just weird.
It was cool until he threw the thing.
You learned a lot of attacks after being on Survivor.
He played Ark Survival Evolved and learned how to throw a spear.
It's an Ark reference.
Imagine if Ian Malcolm played Ark Survival Evolved before going to BioSyn.
Oh my god,
Okay.
I just imagine some kid in the theater, he sees the Giga for the first time, he's like, "That's an Ark reference, Mom!"
It's an Ark reference. I need to punch a tree and build a house.
Giganotosaurus is an orc.
Imagine some kid saying that with, like, royal acro.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, the Giga, I noticed this like when I first saw the Giga, it looks like a mix between the Telltale game Trudon and and an Allosaurus.
What? Wait, where do you get the Troodon?
Have you never seen the Telltale Jurassic?
Yeah, I don't see the Troodon.
I have, but
It's
I
the
don't
fucking
see...
teeth.
Oh, I see more Indominus in the teeth.
Yeah, no, yeah, like, those are, yeah, teeth.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. Actually, no. Actually, yes. No.
I don't know if this
Indominus
is
had
Troodon.
Giga DNA in it.
Oh,
make
true,
sense
yeah.
that they resemble each other.
Oh, interesting. So, is Indominus's teeth a result from Giga as well?
I can't remember if the teeth.
Also fucked up?
I can't remember if the teeth are from the. I can't remember if Deinosuchus was officially in it or not. It might have been, but I can't remember. Or the Deinosuchus could have been the scales on its back, like the. You know what I
Maybe.
mean?
Yeah.
Whatever. We're getting too deep into this.
Indominus lore.
Indominus lore. Yeah, no, totally. Oh, I was really appreciative of how every place that was in the movie, I visited
Oh.
because I just came back from Italy and Malta, and like a lot of the movie was like filmed there.
You actually like. You just see SharkBryce in one of the shots.
Oh yeah, I also I have a house like my family has another house in Utah, and I'm from Texas, which is where the other scenes were filmed.
Mm-hmm.
I say like way too much.
Oh,
God
they were
damn,
in
I
Utah
need to
and
be.
Texas?
Yeah, remember in Texas is when the children got assaulted by the locusts, and
Yeah.
Utah is where the big site was.
Right,
I remember-
right. Yes. I remember that.
They were in Washington, correct? Like the state? Or am I dumb?
When? At what point?
And
I can't remember. There's some point. I don't know, man.
Because I don't think I remember that. But
Oh,
I do
well.
remember Utah.
Hey, we do know they were in Montana.
We do.
Mhm.
It was cool to see them go across the world. It's just that the fact that they did not execute it well. You know, they have the idea of dinos running across the world and the entire world having to adapt when they didn't really do shit about that. Instead, they just killed Louis Dodgson, and, well, the dinosaurs are still roaming free. They didn't really do anything about that.
Okay. I have a few bones to pick. So, firstly, way too locust oriented.
Very.
Why?
Oh yeah, no.
Why?
Totally.
Like, I don't know. Like, I've said this so many times, and I still feel like this would have been a better plot. But, like, the locusts start us off, they go to the sanctuary to get some shit, and somehow Ian or Alan see the Triceratops and we're like, oh, it's the raptors from Mesosaurina, they've been cloning illegally, and then they use that as dirt instead. Or they're like trying to chase after the raptors, or so, I don't fucking know. It's anything but locusts.
Yeah.
No, like the locusts were like shown in like one small part in the trailers, and they're like the biggest drive of the entire movie.
Yeah, they were the main plot point.
Yeah. And I was just like, yeah, no, they finally found out that BioSyn was behind it. Doesn't even fucking matter at that point because BioSyn's been canceled.
And then the Sorna dinos. Like
That's the second thing I wanted to talk about. It's so annoying that we didn't see as much of the Rexes. At least we did see them.
Yeah, at least.
Missed opportunity that we didn't see the Raptors. That is such a huge missed opportunity that I was so hopeful. I was so
feathered
hopeful.
raptors, the spiky raptors from 3.
Yeah.
And the Lost World Raptors.
And and the Lost World, yeah. I'm sure you're really excited for those. I was too, honestly, because they had a chance to bring Velociraptors back other than just Blue, and we knew they were there. They teased them in the Dino Tracker website, and it was so cool because it's like, whoa, yeah, there still are Velociraptors. She's not the last of her kind, and they're alive. The Spino didn't devastate them. They're here. They're alive, but they don't fucking use them. They didn't use any of the Velociraptors. I don't even think at the ending. They just used the Rexes.
Just the Rexes.
Oh, it would have also been cool to see maybe the Pteranodons from Jurassic Park 3. I don't know. I hate the Jurassic World Pteranodons with a passion.
Yeah, no,
they look so
Oh yeah,
dumb.
with the head things.
Yeah, but the Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodons are just so appealing. Like
No, everybody literally drools over those things because they're such good. They're so good. They got like the teeth.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I drool over them. I am a JP3 Pteranodon simp myself. I love it.
Prefer the JP3 ones. The teeth are a little off-putting, but I still, they're miles better than the Jurassic World ones. They look, I don't know what's wrong with the Jurassic World ones. They just feel like so plasticky.
They're so fucked. It looks like they have exposed flesh for the crest. The way it's
They look
red
like Lego figures.
They do, and their proportions are so fucked. It's why? And they're so tiny too, but the JP3 ones are like fucking 6 feet tall and so cool.
Yeah, why are their beaks so like triangular?
It's so gross. Their head is so geometric.
Ugh,
I don't understand why they had to change perfection.
Oh no. I think it's because they were like a mistake in the canon. They were like an experiment, and then everyone died. So the experiment was abandoned.
Actually,
you mean like in the book?
I
think
know
that was
why.
actually somewhere in the book. Yeah. Okay.
I might know why they technically had to change the designs.
Why?
All the ones in JP3 were eradicated.
Oh,
because
they tried to go to the mainland.
Well, yeah, they got out, and that's the entire reason that we even got Jurassic World is because they got out. Because essentially, the InGen hired people to like get rid of it or something, or they themselves did, and then Maserati was like, "Hey, dinosaurs still exist. I'm gonna capitalize off of this." And then
I see.
I wish they used Maserati more before he died. Just a personal thing. I mean, they used him in the. If anyone's seen the book, The Evolution of Claire, they use him well in that. I still need to look at that again, but yeah, it just basically adds more backstory to Claire.
Okay, so how do you guys feel about Louis Dodgson's death?
I will say this. I was going into the movie hoping, I know this wouldn't have worked for how the script actually played out, but going into the movie, I was hoping he would die by Beta, Blue's kid, because of how Louis Dodgson died in the book, being killed by the baby T-Rex, if I remember that correctly, right? So I thought it would be kind of cool for, since the T-Rex doesn't have a baby and Blue has a baby, I thought it would just be Jurassic World fitting to reference the book in that style. Sure, it's not the T-Rex's baby, but it's like more of a Jurassic World styled death, still referencing the book. The Dilophosauruses I do get because they needed a kill. Let's be honest, they did, and it was fitting that it was on Louis Dodgson, just like Nedry's death. It was very fitting. I will admit that, but I was kind of hoping more so that it would be Beta to get the kill.
I was betting all my money that Rexy would have a kid or something. And I was hoping to that, Dodgson would, knowing, because clearly he doesn't care about the animals. That was established in the movie. And, he could potentially step on it, right? It could be the exact same thing as in the book. And Rexy could, I don't know, get her final kill before eventually she passes on of old age or something, and I don't know. Something like that. I don't know. It could have been fitting.
Yeah.
I was pretty satisfied with the the death, but I felt like it could have been so much better, especially if he didn't say, "So what's your story?" for literally no reason. I just didn't understand that. Also, CGI Dilophosaurus somehow looks worse than the puppet. It reminded me of the Deacon from Aliens. That's what it looked like to me.
I was kind of hoping that Louis Dodgson would like have a final standoff with the characters. Or
No,
something.
yeah, I did too. I thought that was gonna happen.
Like his death felt a little too soon for me.
Yeah.
Like, but that's also like part of the movie just being so short for how much shit they have packed into it.
I don't know, man.
Can there be a film that is too action-packed? Yes, there can. Yes, there can.
Yeah, it's called Dominion.
It is Jurassic World Dominion. Don't do it again, Universal. For the love of God. Stop.
I'm very interested to see how Camp Cretaceous ties in, because I'm starting to see some ties. I'm not excited for the season itself, but I'm excited to see how it ties in.
I am too.
Worse, literally every season.
Yeah, it does. I thought season 1 through 4 was amazing. 1 through 3 was amazing. 4 was a fuck up. But I've seen some clips of 5, and it looks so bad. It looks worse than 4.
Mm-hmm.
After they left the island, just the whole series just went down the shitter.
Completely. I just wish it stayed on Isla Nublar or ended.
I'm not gonna spoil anything. I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to spoil anything.
Well,
I didn't spoil anything.
You're not gonna spoil anything.
Something.
Yeah, I saw something too. I think we know the same thing.
Does it have to do with a certain animal?
What?
From a certain island.
From a certain island.
Hello?
That starts with S.
Spino?
And ends with an A.
Spina?
I'm talking about the island, not the...
Sorna. Clearly, it's
Yeah.
Sornosaurus.
Yeah, Sonorosaurus. Yeah.
Sornosaurus. Maybe not. I was thinking of something more marine.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, there's a
oh yeah,
more
Mosa was in
reptile.
I like how the Mosasaur at the very end of the movie just kind of looked at some whales and was like, "What's up?"
Oh, I don't know why. All right. That scene, I thought it was okay because my girlfriend got absolutely fucking pissed off at it, but I thought it was okay because the Mosasaurus, as we've seen, is trained to, like, its entire life was trained to eat or feed from like small things jumping out of the water. So I thought it would make sense for it not to exactly kill whales, because that wouldn't be its diet that it was trained for its whole life. Like, its entire life growing up, all it knew for getting food was breaching the water to get something above, which is, you know, what it does every time we see it eating. We don't ever see it eating underwater.
We saw that in the beginning where it tipped over the boat.
Yes, and then we saw that in the beginning of the last movie.
So it just jumps out of the water. That's all. That's how it feeds. It goes after seabirds.
Yeah.
All those seagulls.
So it's. I mean, it would be cool to see it absolutely demolishing whales, but at the same time, that's not how it grew up.
You know,
it's not. It would feel a little more out of character for it to go and ravage.
Actually, you're wrong. I saw it kill underwater in the Lego Jurassic World game. It has it and kill sharks under the water. So you have just been disproven, and now you are kicked off the podcast.
All right, okay, I know. I accept defeat.
You want to know what the funniest callback would have been ever? Mm-hmm. Some kid's parasailing over the water, and the Mosasaurus jumps out and kills it. That would have been so perfect.
There was no reason for them to die.
Jurassic Park 3 reference. Jurassic Park 3 reference.
It's so funny. I think everyone would just start bursting out laughing because it's so dumb.
It's so dumb. So you see, you have a kid and his stepdad going parasailing, and then they die.
It's like, there's no reason to degrade the movie more, but like, if they did that, they would destroy their reputation even further just for random shit to cram in a movie.
Cool shit for the sake of cool shit. That's the entire movie.
Then we just hear Richard Attenborough just start narrating.
So you see, this is what happens when you fly over a mosasaurus. You fucking die. I'm David Attenborough, and I get more money than both of your parents.
only 50% of human children who parasail over the ocean survive. Alright, the last thing I want to touch on. Alright, I was talking about this earlier. The fact, this is such a big missed opportunity. So, you know how Lewis Dodson in the beginning, about the guy who, like, betrayed him? He was like, he's essentially a clone of me. It would be so cool if he actually was a clone, but in the end, right, hear me out. In the end, when he betrays him, like, like, remember how Dodgson says, like, you were just like me or something? Or something like that? Do you remember that?
Yeah, he's like him, but smarter.
It would be so cool if the clone said, I'm not you.
Damn.
Yeah, but at the
That
same
would've been
time,
good.
I feel
Because
like that
that
would have
would've-
from Maisie.
But at the same, yeah. But at the same time, it kind of establishes it. I don't know.
It's an interesting concept. I do want to touch on Maisie more. I'll let SharkBryce talk first.
I wanted to. There was actually one thing. This does kind of include Maisie, but so remember, Charlotte impregnated herself, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I saw that she impregnated herself, I told this to my friend when I was watching it with him. I told him I half expected her to sit back down and explain how men are useless. And how she could just, she's gonna sit her ass back down and talk about how she can insert her own bone marrow into her vagina and create a new one, and how men are useless to society.
Women, we need to stand up. We don't need men.
So, like...
No, like, I
Men
thought she was gonna do that, because it's like she just impregnated herself.
It's like, Maisie wasn't even, like, that big of a deal, like, not much of a clone. She was just, her mother was just a hardcore feminist.
No, that's deadass what I thought.
Okay, so the next movie is going to be about women getting pregnant by themselves, and men are going extinct because no one likes them anymore because they're not needed.
No, and then I was like, oh, and then when I saw that, I was like, oh, no wonder Maisie's so fucking retarded.
Oh!
No wonder she fucking releases dinosaurs out into the wild for shits and giggles, cause that's what she would do.
Hey, I thought, okay, so what pisses me off about, you know, the whole Maisie thing, but might I add, though, this movie, I forget her name in the current moment, but whoever plays Maisie did an amazing job. Maisie's acting was amazing, and just, like, the entire... Like, Maisie Lockwood as a whole, this movie was amazing. Like, how they expanded on her growing up, and I believe she's, like, what, 14? They did that so well. She is really well done. So I loved Maisie this movie. But I also just want to say, because I do think we need some positive things in here, but now I'm going back onto the negative. I don't like what they did. How in Fallen Kingdom, they kind of... You thought she was a normal girl at the beginning with some mystery and foreshadowing until you realize she's a clone, and then you go to Dominion where you realize she's, you know, not really that much. She still had a mother, and she wasn't cloned by her grandfather. She was just, you know,
it was just an experiment to show how men are useless in society.
But I mean, hey, anything for getting Lockwood out of there, because I hated Benjamin Lockwood. There was There's
because
no reason.
he was just there for the sake of being there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just tied him in for no reason. He fit nowhere. Like,
He fit nowhere. They just made up a character to for shits and
yeah,
giggles.
and it really kicked Doctor Wu in the ass.
Yeah, no. Wu, oh yeah, Wu just randomly decides to be a good guy for no reason.
Oh,
I
true.
remember
this
talking to
movie,
Noble
yeah.
about this. I remember
Yeah.
talking to Noble about this. They need to have some kind of tie-in where Wu finally realizes his wrongdoings because he did a complete 180 out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Like he was just taking a shit at some point, like 2 minutes ago, and he was like, "Oh man, I really fucked up."
Yeah, like there needs to be some kind of arc or explanation, or at least like a short film or something explaining Doctor Wu. Cause like, I mean, hey, the last two movies, he's got a kick in the ass. Like Benjamin Lockwood stuff really degraded Henry Wu as a character for being the original creator of the dinosaurs, when it was like, me and John Hammond created this in this very building. This is where it all started, when it was, Henry Wu originally. But it's like, it really degrades on him. And then in the next movie, he's just total good guy. And in Camp Cretaceous, he got a total kick in the teeth for being just an absolute asshole, and it's just like an out of character asshole. But then in this movie, he's like total trying to do good for the world, which I liked. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was cool to see him do a 180, but there's a whole missing arc there.
Yeah,
Like the first scene that he's in, he's like, "Ah, man, this is kind of fucked up. Are you sure we should be doing this? Why are you starting to sound like a good guy?" And he's like, I don't know, man. It's just it's one of those things. I'm having one of those phases,
Yeah, he just asked him, Were you taking a shit again?"
Were you talking to the protagonists again?
Did the director try and give you a character arc again?
Are you talking to a small girl with pink hair? You can't be talking to little children. You're going to get canceled.
You need to stop subscribing to her Twitch channel.
No, she's not on Twitch. She's on Instagram, I bet.
Henry Wu, are you a Brooklander?
I bet at the end of Camp Cretaceous he will be.
A Brooklander?
Yeah, he's going to be a Brooklander.
I want to point out, okay, so Henry Wu looks like Batman. He looks like Bruce Wayne in the beginning of The Dark Knight Rises. Like he's just like wearing this robe constantly. Like he looks like
He looks like a girl.
No, he looks like he's been trapped inside for like 5 years.
Yeah.
He looks like he needs a coffee.
He's like a hermit.
Hey.
Man needed a coffee in that scene.
No, nothing wrong with BD Wong.
No, it's just the fact that he's wearing a robe the entire time. He's just wearing this robe. He's no longer a scientist. He's just like watching YouTube videos like, oh.
So,
This is how you do it.
I'm gonna be good now.
is what happens to the velociraptors on Isla Sorna in the north?
So this is what happens when you leave it to somebody else?
If you want it done right, you should just do it yourself.
I just imagine him sitting there watching Five Nights at Freddy's.
He's looking at Markiplier, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Was that the locust of 87?
He's looking at Game Theory.
Was that the CGI of 93?
Oh my god.
That's pretty much all I had to say about the movie, other than like the Pyroraptor and the Fairy I really liked. The Quetzal was cool in like the beginning, opening scene. Then like at the end, how it was flying toward the tower.
Stupid.
The Dimetrodons were really stupid, but Ian Malcolm was really fucking funny this movie, and I really appreciate that. Alan Grant was done fairly well. I mean, it sticks to kind of his character, though I wish they showed more of him. Ellie Sattler was definitely very fleshed out, and that was great. The new character, what was her name? Like Kayla, I think, or something like that. She was very good. She was very good. I'm glad she's a character in the series. I hope to see her return. because she was very fun. The entire scene in Malta I thought I would hate, but I actually didn't. Sure, there was some parts that were a little useless. The girl, controlling the Atrociraptors was a little iffy to me, the way it was done. But either way, it was still a really fucking cool scene. They did a lot of things well this movie, they just didn't execute it in the way that it should have been executed. Well, not nearly close to the way it should have been executed. But all of the concepts in this movie are good concepts.
Last thing that I wanted to add on to like diss the movie and this is kind of just out there, but Ellie Sattler's face became 50% jawline.
Don't do Laura Dern like that, man.
Yeah, look.
She is. Literally, look at a picture of her again. Her face is 50% jawline.
So, I have two more things I want to say. I'm going to leave it on a positive note, so I'm going to say that for last.
Yeah.
Even though it's already been said. So, negative, it's kind of a positive, but it's kind of a negative. I've said this before, Noble. This is the exact quote. This is like the exact definition of,
yeah,
I'm not making the same mistakes again. No, you're making all new ones. That's what happened here.
That's what describes Dominion completely.
They fixed so many things, but they had so many other things that just came out of the ground because of it. And it's such a shame because they really did try to fix things, but it just didn't pan out well in the end. Last thing, just to go off what Noel said a while ago, Maisie's actor was incredible. Just, I don't know. She did really well. She felt like an actual human being, which is impressive for a movie like this.
Yeah, especially with the awful writing and awful editing.
Yeah, it was. She did really well. Like she was probably my favorite character in this movie.
Me too.
I did kind of like the way they had like the whole parenting role because Bryce Dallas Howard as a parent just kind of feels right for some reason. I don't know what that is. It just feels right. But yeah, that's all I had to say.
Anything positive you want to add, SharkBryce?
It had the Dilophosaurus. That's all I could say. I was so happy about that, even though that it was super underwhelming. I was just happy that they were able to have the Dilophosaurus kill the antagonist. Because I felt that was very, very true to the whole the first movie.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
That felt well. And
yeah, I'll do the closing then.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Dino Bytes, where we talk about games, movies, and all your favorite dinosaur media. I'm SharkBryce.
I'm TheFlyingRaptor.
And I am NobleSinn.
And we'll see you in the next episode.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.